case fits in, and why it should be aligned with organizational strategy, and what are probably the typical contents of a business case, like what makes an effective business case, as you saw here, and what a business case should cover. So yeah. Ideas for writing a business case. So these are the key elements that you need for writing a business case. So we will see each of these items in a little bit detail, and when we are going to write a business case as an exercise here, or as a group discussion, we will take an example and in which we have written a sort of executive summary, the need, and all these items. So we can probably take some cases what each of you guys might be interested in. So I probably propose that if you can think of something which is interesting for you, we can probably discuss more about that business case tomorrow, or like when we are going to come to the example, probably on the third day or the last day. So if you can think of that, and if you can send me some examples, then we can. Do you guys already have in this slide? You have an example business case, so you can think of some similar business case pertaining to your specific industry, or which will be useful for your daily work. So, or some practical experiences that you have come across in your working world so far. So we can take those cases and we can discuss, and it probably by brainstorming and discussing, it gives we can share across our ideas and benefit, and each of us can be benefited by that. So ideas for writing a compelling business case. These are the items that you typically have. You first write an executive summary and the need, why you need to this thing, and then you say why your solution, what kind of solution you're providing to the need, and then you try to justify why your idea is innovative. You do some customer research, so basically what kind of customers, your market segmentation, and things like that, and then design and development plans, investment requirements. So how much money, how much investment does this require? So some sort of investment analysis, and then the expected benefits, where you could talk about the cost-benefit analysis as well, and probably a long-term benefits. And then the ask would be finally, like how much you are asking, or how much money you are asking from the senior management to execute this business case. So it could be in terms of resources, it could be in terms of manpower, it could be in terms of software, or it could be in terms of raw materials or anything. So first one item of the list is executive summary. So executive summary is the most important page in the business case, because nobody wants to read nobody has, when a senior management is dealing with thousands of business cases in a day, or maybe hundreds of business cases or tens of business cases in a day, they wouldn't want to read the whole stuff. So it's very important that because it provides a one-page snapshot, it's very important that we write this properly. So this is one of the key, and why we are saying write this the last is by the time you develop all the other sections and all the items over there, you have a very good understanding, you yourself have a very good understanding of the business case and all the thoughts and ideas, so you are able to provide a very good one-page snapshot here. So So the other sections are something which you do in more detail, and when you do those in detail, you get a better idea, and then it's probably good to put the whole thing into a one-page snapshot. So I don't know what you guys feel, but this is something that I would do, because it's much easier when you have the best understanding of the business case. Any thoughts or comments on this?
No, I fully agree with you. This is the best time when you will have all over you, and so you can put all this knowledge in one page only after you sign all this.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Fine. So we will move on. So as I said, this is one of the keys. So especially it's something like preparing a CV. When you prepare a CV, you prepare your first page quite well when you're having a 3, 4 page CV, because people don't have patience to go through that. And it's the same case with any document, and it's the same case with your business case also. So when people are dealing with many business cases, they would like to quickly have a one-page overview. And yeah, so this is quite this thing. And the second aspect that we are trying to mention here is the need. So we need to clearly articulate the need. What is the problem that you are going to solve, and all the work what is done in the task, in the customer or business observation task, you need to mention those. And then in terms of business or in terms of customer, you need to explain the needs. And we will probably see an example, or see this in the example what we have. And yeah, then what customer business need have you identified that is crying for a solution? So we need to mention these aspects clearly in the need. So here we have a small picture. So we need to clearly frame it in terms of the customer, what the customer wants, and why we really what the customer is longing for, and what is his need, and how we are trying to solve it. So I think the need is very important. Without that, I think we cannot really get any justification from the management for money or budget for the business case. So the need is quite a key here. And the third item is solution. So once you clearly explain the need, then you need to clearly present your solution. So what do you think the organization should, or the project should do in order to solve or meet the customer's need? And your solution must connect with the customer straight away. So if he has stated that he wants your application, or he wants your application to support certain set of features with certain set of performance, you first need to explain that if you're designing a new system or a new architecture, you need to clearly say that it's capable of handling the requirements. So I think, or will address the problems. Okay, when you are describing a solution, it's probably good to write solution with a brief visual understanding. So if you draw something like something like a decision, what is the current state of the process, or what is the current state of the problem, and then when you provide the solution, and we just say what will be the process that you will be developing, or the solution that you will be giving to provide a solution to the problem. So you probably have something like a flow chart here, which says what is currently the problem, and how the process that you are developing, or how you are providing the solution that you are providing would solve the problem. So yeah, so does anybody have a example of providing these kind of flow charts or these kind of visualizations when you have written a business case? Any practical examples? No? No examples? Okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, Jesper says he has not used that. Okay, fine. Yeah. Yeah, we can probably take some example and then we can see what kind of what kind of visuals we can use for a solution, I think. But if you are, for example, if you are doing, of course, we will use even visuals for our cost benefit analysis and things like that. So if you have seen yeah, for at least for the next stages, we would probably use, for example, we would use probably decision trees and things like that for your benefit analysis. So that you can show clearly that if I take this option, this is what I get, and if I take this option, this is what I get. So we can see that. But for solution, I just wanted to know if somebody has used this kind of pictures. Okay, but yeah, but this is a good practice. So if possible, we can provide a brief visual understanding of what is the existing state of the customer's story, and then how we are going to solve a problem. So this is quite common typically when you are providing service, when you are implementing new processes. So when you are providing new solutions to business processes, then probably you can clearly articulate with this kind of visual, visuals. Moving on, the fourth one that we need to think of is we need to convince our management that this idea is unique and it's different, or it's standing out from others. So yeah, so this is the fourth item. So we need to probably state why this idea is innovative. So probably some benefits out of this, and probably you can clearly list one example. A way of doing it is list out some of the key differences with some of the other ideas that are there, and clearly articulate that why your idea is more different, and why this is providing a better case for or providing a better return. So it could be, yeah. So it could be something totally new, and it could be something totally different when compared to the previous, or it could be even probably used. It could be used before, or it could be a borrowing idea, but you would have probably added some additional invented some additional processes or additional things to that. So you can probably list those as a key differentiator, in order to get a better chance of approval, or convince your management in a better manner. And then the fifth one is customer research. And when you talk about customer research, it's probably one very good thing is here you can use probably visuals or graphs or kind of statistics which will articulate which will probably justify your business case better. So here you need to clearly give a sort of a survey results. For example, here how many customers, what is the mindset of the customer, and how they are agreeing with regard to the need for your product or need for a different solution. So you can provide probably some statistics as well. If you are targeting for a product for a specific market segment, you can gather the results of a survey, or you can even get some minor graphs in order to articulate your business case, or in order to provide better evidence that your business case is demanding from a customer perspective, and customer needs this kind of a business to be executed. So that's what it says. So demonstrate customer business research using a survey, or talk to your potential customers, get feedback, and share the results of the feedback with your management or with whoever is going to apply a business case. And then objective of the section or idea would be to will be a success with customers, or we have to clearly state that this section will be where the business case will be successful with your customers or with the business segment. And then you clearly state that this is the market segment that you're targeting, and as I said, graphs or statistics which will convince your management. So you need to see here, as you see here, you need the desire, satisfaction, the creativity and experience if there needs to be a buy-in for your idea. So these are the key things, and then you have a buy-in from the management or buy-in from the customer for the business case. So as it says, the evidence that you have to prove that customer is advocating your idea. So this is the fifth aspect that we have to consider when we are writing an innovative business case. And the next one is design and development plans. So you need to state clearly at what stage of development are you with your idea. So so probably do you have a clear idea in mind? Do you already have a prototype itself working, or is it just purely a concept, or you have your architecture or vision or whatever in mind? So we need to present those, and then probably discuss what you need to do to get it ready for implementation. So this is to convince the management that whatever you have, whatever idea or whatever prototype you have developed or whatever you have can really turn into reality, and ensure that this project or this business case is successfully executed. So this section you need to clearly say what the design and development plans, like what stage you are, and discuss further what you need to do. So it also probably if you think about the time frame as well, it's key here. So because in certain cases you clearly need the business case to happen within a specific amount of time or within a specific period, beyond which the product there may be no need for the product. So I think this design and development plans is also important aspect when you're writing a innovative, compelling business case. And the seventh one is the most important section. So because first you need to clearly see whether there is you need to see the investment requirements. So how much outline the investment required to make your idea or your business case happen, and then how much will the business case need to invest to take your idea from concept to reality. So this is the key. These are some of the key items which will seek your management's attention or your approver's attention, and you clearly say how much each phase of your project is going to cost, budget for the project management, and then your time and resources, budget for marketing and promotion. So this is talking about the investment requirement. So you said in your previous section, you said about the design and development plans. So whereas you're talking about your time frame and your what is your current stage and things, what is your current status. And here you are talking about the cost aspects on how much this thing. And this is a very important this thing to see whether it's financially viable to invest into your idea or not. So your approver or management needs to know whether it's financially viable in order to approve this business case. And then you talk about the next section of your business case. You clearly talk about what are the expected benefits of your business case. So it's covering mainly, this is mainly the upside of your idea. So here you clearly say what benefits you really bring for the customer or you bring for the project as such. So the different types of benefits that you need to mention here are financial benefits. So that's mainly your cost benefit analysis. And then it would also be it would also be the returns, your returns from a yearly perspective, and when exactly you would have when exactly you would start gaining with the business case or with the project. And then the second one probably would be social impact, how it can help build relationship with your customers from a long-term perspective. So if you develop these kind of products, it creates a good social impact, and you are able to venture more into the market, and you are able to get more benefit over a long-term perspective. So you need to articulate that. And then the environmental benefits. So how this kind of innovative business idea or business case helps you sustain your competitive advantage, and how it's going to help you in a ever-changing or ever-demanding market needs, how it brings benefit. So coming to cost benefit analysis, yes, we will see some of the aspects of cost benefit analysis. We will see what are the different parameters. So we have some certain items here like net present value, the internal rate of return, and things like that. We will see those calculations also probably tomorrow when we go to the next section. We will see when we'll see those items, and I can show you some example of where we have arrived at cost benefit analysis. So I can show you the calculations and how do we really see whether when we really gain from the project. So if you have a higher IRR, the higher the IRR, the benefit. I will explain what is IRR, like rate of return, internal rate of return, and then tell like why the higher the IRR, the better it is. So I think we will see that. Yes. We will see.
Good, thank you.
Yeah. Because good that you asked, because I think that this is for most of the projects and for most of the business cases, the financial aspect is the key. I understand that, but there are cases where there is something more than financial, but financial is one of the keys. So I think we need to see, and in our business case example, what we have shown here, there we have a section which says the cost benefit analysis, and which clearly shows that you're investing so much at the beginning of the year, and at the end of the first year, this is what you gain. At the end of the second year, this is what you gain. So it clearly says you can compare two options and see like when you gain from the third option over a period of time. So we will see some examples of that. Yeah. So probably I don't know if you have some numerical business cases. So if you have some numerical business cases, we can take those also, and we can see which option is better and things like that. But I will show you some examples for this financial benefit analysis.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Okay. So the ninth one. The last one, ninth one, is the ask. And in this ask section, you explicitly ask for the funds and resources that you need to make. So this is basically your investment. So I need so much of money or so much of investment in order to execute the business case. And because in your previous section, here you have shown the requirements here from a project perspective, and here you are asking exactly this to the management. So we are justifying whatever you have mentioned there. We need so much number of people we have, and so many number of days and so we need so much dollars. So we just provide a summary, kind of a summary of what we need, what numbers we need. So, and so this is how you complete the last section, what you complete with the business case. So what you need to make your to move forward with your idea, or move or take your or implement your idea, or get your idea into actions. So this is the last part of what you will do in a business case, the ask. So some of the aspects of the business case of this 9 is probably taken care here as well in 7 itself, but here you are telling exactly how many number of people are working and how many number of days you are working, and we need the management approval to provide this kind of thing. So this is some section that they will quickly, somebody who really doesn't want to go into the details here, you would probably read that. And so I think we will stop for here today and probably continue tomorrow. Have cost identification, cost estimates, total cost of ownership, and you see here the value analysis. This is talking about the monetary value. We will see this anyway. So these are some of the parameters. If you see the financial aspects with regard to this thing, so I will probably show some numerical examples for calculating these, because these are all something that as we do as a part of a project. When we do a project management, when we invest or when we start with a project, we clearly see all these, like what is opportunity cost, what is payback period, like it says how long it will take a project, how long it will take to recoup an investment. So if you're investing $200,000 in a project in the first year and you get a returns, if you take 2 years to get back whatever you have invested, then that's your payback period. So we will see some probably some examples. So I think let's call it a day today then, and let's continue with module 4 tomorrow.